In this lesson, we're going to learn what a function is. A function is a special relationship where each input, which is the x, gives exactly one output, which is the y. When looking at a graph, we would use the vertical line test to tell if it's a function or not. The vertical line test means that you can draw a vertical line anywhere on the graph, and if it intersects at more than one place, then it's not a function. If it only intersects at one place, then it is a function. So looking at the first graph, I could draw a vertical line anywhere. So I'm going to draw it right here. It only intersects with the line at this point. So that's only one point that it's intersecting. I could draw another line, and still it only intersects at one point. So that means that this one is a function because it only intersects at one point. If I look at the second graph and I draw a vertical line here, we can see that it intersects at 2 points. 2 is more than 1, so that is not a function. When given ordered pairs, we can also tell if it's a function or not, because if the x values repeat, then it's not going to be a function. So we just need to look at all of the x values in the ordered pairs. So that would be 3, -4, 6, 4, and -1. None of them repeat. They're all different, which means that every x has only one y, and so that this one would be a function. Now we look at the second set of ordered pairs, and we still just look at the x values. So it would be 6, 4, -2, 6, and 9. We look and see that the 6 and the 6 are repeating. So since they have different y values, this one has a 5 and this one has a 4, therefore it is not a function because every x has to have one y value. And in this case, the 6 has a y value of 5 and a y value of 4. When looking at the mapping diagram here, we have the domain, or the x, and the range, or the y. And if this were mapped, so let's say 3 with the 1, the 4 with the -2, the 5 with the 4, and the 3 with the 6, we're going to determine if it's a function or not. So that's based on the x values, which is the first circle here. So we look and see if any x value is repeated. The 5 is not, the 4 is not, but the 3 is repeated twice. There are 2 lines from the 3, so that means that this is not a function. In these 3 practice problems, you need to decide if each problem is a function or not using the vertical line test, or looking at all of the x values and see if they repeat or not.